Hello Internet, Austin Smith here with a review of the Pilot Parallel Pen in 6mm, probably the most popular version of the parallel pen, which is a very popular calligraphy option. And I will show you what is unique about it after I show you the packaging. In fact, it's probably on the packaging. The packaging, I have not replaced it in its little plastic sleeve because I can't without getting the paper to crinkle. I could probably put a little tray in there. It says some stuff in Japanese and English and other languages that I can't tell at the moment because I can't really read them. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It comes with a bit of paperwork. It tells you, or it shows you some calligraphy stuff. And, is this, oh, sample. Yes, sample calligraphy. Okay, instructions and care guide. This is actually fairly extensive and fairly nice. As with many calligraphy pens, it comes with a basic set of alphabets that, if you're really diligent, you could probably make. Each one of these Gothic alphabets, which are my favorite, have slight variations. The Roman and Italic alphabets and Uncial and other stuff like that, those aren't on here, but tends to be more similar. It's always interesting to find the differences in the Gothic alphabets from the various companies, but that's neither here nor there, really. Nib care. It's pretty extensive. It's in a bunch of different languages. English is GB there for Great Britain. That's French. Is that German? Probably German. Deutsch, Espanol, and Italian? And Japanese. I like how the Japanese is marked with a J. Anyway, I think that's what those languages are. It comes with two cartridges, a black and a red, which I find very, very interesting. I would have thought of blue, but whatever. It also comes with a converter. This is the same converter used in the Metropolitan, although it does not actually stick in this pen. It fits in, but it will not stay, and you cannot use it to suck up ink. You can use, I believe you can use there is a converter that you can use. This one will not fit, though. It is for cleaning, and it allows you to flush a lot of water through the thing. And it works well in that position. You could probably also find a way to affix it inside the pen. I don't really feel like doing that. I can just refill cartridges. Pilot cartridges are very easy to refill. You also have this handy little nib cleaner thing that you can put in between the two plates of the nib. Not tines, these are plates because it's the parallel. And what that means doesn't really mean it, that's just the name of the pen. But in this case, what that means is you have two plates on the nib that are sort of connected. I'm losing my words. That are just sandwiched against each other right there. And so what you would do is, if that got clogged with, say, dried ink or paper fibers or something, you could run that nib cleaner through it and get that gunk out of it, kind of floss the plates there. I call them plates. I don't know if what the technical term actually is. They could be tines. Here's a feed. The feed is clear. You have some threads, which the top screws onto. Wonderful. This is not a clip, so you can't clip it anywhere. It's just kind of a tab. Makes it easier to get off. It also kind of gets in your way when you are getting it off. The only other piece of blue on this pen to signify that this is the 6mm is right there. It says 6mm on the top, so that as long as you keep it matched up, it'll be right. The other pens are different colors. It says parallel pen at the back here. And unscrewing this just reveals that there is a Pilot cartridge in there indeed. A black one, because black calligraphy for me tends to work better. It screws on. You can see the cartridge installed there as well. This does come in a variety of different sizes. Like I say, I think 6 is probably, actually it might not be the most popular. The regular 3.5, I want to say. It is entirely a calligraphy system. There is no non-calligraphy elements. So there's no non-calligraphy versions of the parallel because it would be kind of silly. However, as they say in the instructions, you can write with the sides. So this is the Pilot parallel in 6.0 millimeters. And you can write with the side like that. Now, the nib, just placing it flat down, if you haven't been waving it around like an idiot for a while, should just give you a solid black line. That is 6 millimeters, and that is very impressive. Let me write the first letter of my name. This paper is Cambridge paper, and as such is going to feather a little bit because it is not the greatest paper. Clairefontaine and Rhodia and some other types of paper would probably be better. Also, that is not the greatest calligraphy I have ever done. However, as you can see, it is quite the monster, and it just sucks up ink. It just completely goes through ink like it is nothing. And your cartridge should be out in no time if you consistently use it. You can also write with the side, and you could... I'm looking kind of through a camera, so... But you could. This is not the right letter to do that on. Let me actually move this notebook up just a little bit and write a letter where that is applicable. There we go. Of course I messed it up. No. But you could also use it, the sides, to sort of do those little lines that you see so often in calligraphy that I am not good at all. I'm also not very good at calligraphy, I just kind of dabble. So I'm not going to write the quick brown fox because I would have no space. That's what happens, by the way, if you put too much pressure on one side because your notebook is tilted. Not always because your notebook is tilted, but sometimes that's the way it goes. Anyway, for what it does, the Parallel is fantastic as a calligraphy pen, and it just works superbly. I love it. And those nice thick lines, very even if you hold it correctly. You get a very even set of you get a very even ink distribution is what I'm trying to say, because my words are failing me because I don't know why. It is a fantastic calligraphy pen. If you get the entire set, you can also get the Pilot mixable inks, and you can touch the tips together, the tip of the nib, and you will get some cross-contamination, and so then the ink will mix just a little bit, and then if you write with it just after that, you will get sort of a, you'll start off with, say, a red, and then it'll go to a purple, and if you have a blue cartridge in there, then it will end up blue, and it gives you a very nice effect. The effect is demonstrated in the manual. I do not have any of the other Parallel pens with which I can talk about, and if I did, I probably wouldn't review them all separately. I would probably do a review of all of them, but this is a pretty, I mean, it's a good example. They're all the same pen, just with different nib sizes, and it writes really well, it flows really well, and it does its job of calligraphy superbly. So if you're interested in the type of calligraphy that these can offer, these are a very inexpensive way to get a very nice calligraphy implement. It's a fountain pen, and some people will stick their nose up at that, so dip pens are usually the standard for calligraphy, and so it's not particularly, it might be a professional implement, but it might not be. It is very good though, and I would definitely recommend picking one up if you are interested. Bye.